You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What's going down? It is your boy Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Today on this episode, guys, I want to talk about the Dragon Ball Super episode I just got through watching, guys. It was crazy as hell. I'm also going to talk about, you already know if you've been listening to this podcast, that I have been playing the game that everyone has been talking about, the game I've been waiting for my whole motherfucking life, and that is Dragon Ball FighterZ. It is finally here. It is among us. I started playing it as soon as it came out. I think I started up at about 11:30, because they let us have it a little early. And I'm going to get into that, guys. But let's start off with the Dragon Ball Super latest episode. And god damn it, it was a doozy. Let me just first say, man, Toppo really surprised me, man. He is a motherfucking beast. He is fucking wet. I didn't know he was that fucking wet. I thought I saw, the extent of his powers. And they talked about how he was a candidate to be the god of destruction. Now, when I heard that and read that, I was like, he doesn't seem to be all of that. You know what I mean? I just thought he was just this dude with a long mustache and a pot belly and big ass hands. I mean, honestly, I wasn't really a fan of his design. And, I was trying to figure out why he was, second strongest, right under Jiren. Because Jiren, we all know he's unreal. You want to talk about wet. WETT, that basically is a term I made up, and the definition is amazing and highly skilled. So when you hear me say the word wet, that's what it fucking means, guys. So, I was surprised. I mean, Toppo, he powered up. He basically was like, yo, fuck this. I'm done. You know what I mean? When he started to power up, he even stopped Jiren from doing what the fuck he was doing. He had to stop and then, basically comment and say, yo, so you finally decided on what you were going to do. So I'm guessing that confirms that, Jiren, no, I'm sorry, not Jiren, but Toppo wants to be the next god of destruction or whatever. Powers is fucking unreal. I mean, it is unreal, man. 17 was in there hanging, throwing hands in there. I was like, yo, he has unlimited power and all this. I said, just how strong has 17 actually become is what I was asking myself. And I was like, yo, maybe, him, they put Gohan out and leaving 17 in. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea. But then, you quickly find out after he makes that transformation. I mean, he gets all muscular. He gets swole up, and he changes color. His aura is just ridiculous. And he dons this symbol. It automatically appeared on his chest and abdomen area, man. I don't know what this symbol means or whatever, but I guess it symbolizes some sort of god of destruction or something. I don't know. But man, he is a fucking monster now. Let me take the words in the way that I thought about Toppo away. Let me wipe that shit clean. Let me just clean that off, because now I'm kind of scared. Vegeta and Goku, they were doing their thing, going up against Jiren. Of course, Jiren is not even breaking a sweat, and they're just giving it everything they have. And then they switch over to basically, it's Toppo versus 17. And then, he pretty much had 17 out. They had they basically had a beam struggle, and 17 was going to lose. He was almost gonna be put out of the match. And then here comes Frieza in his golden form, nonetheless. And he's basically tagging his ass up. Toppo from the back. He's hitting him in the back with key blasts or whatever, interrupting his, almost win over 17. And it pissed him off. And, I thought Frieza, was about to do something, because I'm a Frieza fan. I was like, yo, he's about to, I don't know. And she shut Frieza down, man. I mean, he shut Frieza's ass down. If you are a Frieza fan, you might have to go look at yourself in the mirror and take a deep, long look at yourself and start making some decisions. Because that's how I felt. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Frieza thought he could handle that God of Destruction power, because if you remember, towards the beginning of the tournament arc, of Power arc, he was confronted by some enemies before the tournament started. He was with Goku, and he thought, that, training in his mind, he did get stronger, but it blew up his head to think that, he could deal with this power. And when he touched that power, that wasn't the case. He survived the blast. He came back, he was all scuffed up, and, but then he commenced to throwing basically his death beam, his death ball, if you will, at Toppo. And Toppo was like, what? Toppo basically put out a little tiny key ball, which is probably the size of like a M&M, and he flicked it at Frieza's supersized, death ball, and it fucking ate his death ball up. It was ridiculous. Then he rushed Frieza and commenced to just fucking his world up. He basically told Frieza, look, I could kill you right now, but you know what I mean? I'd get disqualified. I mean, he basically had Frieza by the head, and he was crushing his head. He crushed it to the point, almost to the point where he could have killed him, but not enough. And then he just kicked him out of the ring. And luckily for Frieza, 17 threw a rock. It basically interrupted the weight of Frieza falling completely off of the ring, and it made him almost fall off the ring, but he kind of hit the edge, so he's still there. And that's I mean, now you got 17 running around, shook, trying to figure out a way, trying to find an opening to take out Toppo. I mean, that's where we're at now, and I mean, that's pretty much how the episode went. I mean, that was it in a nutshell, man. I mean, the sheer, I did not expect that. I'm just going to say this. I did not expect to see what I saw tonight. And, this goes to show, Toriyama and Toei and those guys, I mean, they got some shit up their sleeve. But right now, man, if you had to ask me right now, what do I think would happen in this fucking arc? Because it's only like, 5 episodes left, 6 episodes left. If you ask me what, I think would happen, I would simply straight up say, man, these guys have no hope. They have no chance. They have no chance. But I mean, think about it. Look at it. I mean, they're fucking with like raw power. They're fucking with God tier fighters right now. Even though Vegeta and even though Goku are unlocking levels to their power as we go on through this battle, I don't know if it's going to be enough, because it's happening so fast, and they don't even have time to adjust to what they're unlocking. I mean, yes, they're reaching new plateaus and all of that, but they don't have time. It's kind of like when Frieza went and got his golden form, and he thought he could, take out, Goku, and then not realizing that, you just attained this form. You can't just be out there in those Dragon Ball streets, going up against heavy hitters like that without knowing what you just unlocked. You don't even know yourself yet. You got to, live in your body for a little bit, learn how to use it, train in it, get, and finesse it a little bit. And this is kind of like what's going on right now. I mean, Vegeta just unlocked his version of an Ultra Instinct type of, thing just not even an episode ago. So it's like, what are we doing here? That's just me on the outside looking in. That's just what I think. I mean, I could definitely be wrong. I mean, this is, revolved around Goku as the hero and all this. Things could change. I don't know, though. I mean, who knows how this arc is going to end, man? I don't know. I'm very, very anxious, though, to find out how it's going to happen. and where they're gonna go and continue, because I really want to know if they're going to end Super and start something new, or leave us on a major cliffhanger with Super and just continue it later. Maybe stay on course with the manga up until they decide to come back to Super. I mean, they could do a number of different things with this series right now, and all the power is in their hands, the ball is in their court. So I mean, we'll find out. But I don't know, man. And then I think back as watching this episode, I'm like, okay, well, why didn't Frieza fall off? I'm thinking, okay, he's done. He's out of the ring. But then 17 saves him, so he's still in there. So does he? Even though he's knocked out cold and he got handled accordingly, even though that happened, that he still might have something, or might be able to lend a hand and figure out something to help out the rest of the people on the squad. Or else, why would they leave him? Why would they write that in the script? Why would they write Frieza being demolished like that and then he's still in? You know what I mean? Unless he has something, he has a part to play, a bigger part to play. So I don't know. And then, you also have, like I said, Goku and Vegeta, man, who knows what's going to happen next? They're fighting Jiren, and you got to think that, they're getting stronger. They're still unlocking their potential as we speak. So I don't know, man, what's going to happen. The next episode, they showed us a clip, how they always do. They give us a preview of the next one to come, and it's supposed to be Vegeta, in Toppo, man. I mean, and fighting this god of destruction power and testing his power. Now, I mean, hey, I'm hoping that Vegeta, unlocks peels back another layer of this Ultra Instinct, or whatever the version he calls it, whatever you call it, because there's no name for it yet. I need them to hurry up and find a name for what it is. But I hope he peels back another layer of that, because then, he might be able to take out Toppo, because he was basically good enough to take Toppo before he made that transformation. Now, like I said, that was before Vegeta unlocked his new Ultra Instinct. That was before that. But now you have, like I said, this whole brand new God of Destruction version of Toppo, he's fucking wet. And I like this version of Toppo a lot compared to his base form or whatever. So, yeah, if there's any Toppo fans out there, man, I'm kind of like him like this. I like him like this. But, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen with this fight, because my boy Vegeta is going to get it in, and we're going to find out what's going to happen. I mean, they got to figure out something quick, because it's not a lot of episodes left, guys. I mean, all in essence is you're looking at 3 hours, 2.5 hours. I mean, after commercials and all of that. So we got to figure some shit out here. Animation base wise, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means, but I've seen a lot worse. I think we all have with Super. But I didn't like the way Frieza was drawn. I'm gonna keep it real. He didn't look like Frieza in a lot of different shots to me. And as a Frieza fan, I kind of want to see. You want to see your favorite characters. You want to see them looking majestically drawn, and you want to see them looking, all the heavy lines and all of that. Kind of like episode 122, how everybody looked good. The art was just stupendous in that episode, and it's still my favorite episode in Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, you want to see it like that, but unfortunately, we can't always have our cake and eat it too. But hey, all in all, it was pretty much a decent episode as far as animation. It was okay, and it was only okay, like I said before, because in my opinion, Frieza was not up to par. Everybody else looked pretty cool, but yeah, man. I mean, that is your episode. You know what I mean? So I do not know what to I don't know what else to say about it. It was pretty good, and I can't wait to finish out Super. And I'm wondering what I'm gonna do after Super is done, as far as Dragon Ball is concerned. And there's plenty for me to do. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to read the manga, which I'm reading now, volume 1. I just bought not too long ago. And I'm going to be doing, we're about to get into that right now. I'm going to be playing a lot and covering a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ. This game. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and say that the discussion about Super is done now. Let's move on. to what I want to talk about now, which is the creme de la creme of this episode, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, this game, when I tell you guys that this game, now I'm just speaking from my opinion and people that I know, like friends that I have who don't even play fighting games. Okay. These guys don't play fighting games. And I play fighting games. So I've never played, and I promise I put this on my 4-year-old baby boy. Okay. When I say this, listen well. I have never played a fighting game for as long, not even close, not even the same ballpark, for as long as I've played this game in the last 2 days, guys. The most I've played a fighting game straight is probably 4 hours. Okay. And that's Street Fighter. All right. And maybe you throw in some Soul Calibur in there. You know what I mean? Anything else, I've probably, when you get it brand new out the box, you put it in, you're like, okay, let's play. You might go 2 hours, you might go 3. You know what I mean? But I have never played. I've played this game. The first night I played it for over 12 hours straight. Okay. I popped it in at, 11:30 p.m. Okay. When I turned around and looked at the clock, it was like noon. It was like noon already. I was the next day. The time fucking melted away like butter. And it didn't even feel like it. I was just amazed, shocked. The game is so good, man. I promise you guys. I love this game. This is my favorite. I'm saying it now. This is my favorite fighting game of all time. Okay. And maybe, some people say, well, you might be biased because you're a Dragon Ball fan. You know what? And maybe so. Maybe I'm a little biased towards it because of that. But I think that's part of the appeal for me. Like I said, this is just my opinion, guys. I am a huge Dragon Ball fan, hence the podcast, hence, my YouTube channel, hence my Facebook page. All of these things surround, Dragon Ball is a main piece to this. Gaming is as well, but, Dragon Ball has a major piece, probably like 70%, and this game is everything that I thought it would be and more. And I'm still I spent like 10 hours just in the lab, just practicing moves with Tien Shinhan and trying to, get him down. So it's a game where it's easy to play for anybody can pick it up and do combos because it's got this auto combo thing going for it. And, but it's very, it's hard to master. You have to get in there and you have to know about fighting games, know certain rules to a lot of fighting games, how to, jump cancel, how to, mix combos up and extend combos. So you might take, a 3-hit combo or 4-hit combo. And then you're like, okay, well, I know how to do a 4-hit combo, but how do I make it longer? And then you figure out how, to make it, 7 hits instead of 8. And then you play around with it and everything. And it's just everything. Every aspect of this game is fun, like everything, man. And I haven't even finished playing story. Like I'm going to play a little story probably tonight and tomorrow, whatever. And, but just what I've seen in the story, the interactions between the characters, even when you're just fighting, you know what I mean? The history it's rich. I mean, between each character. I mean, if you're fighting a team, your team is fighting another team and they have certain characters on the roster, they're going to interact in ways that they would if this was really a cartoon or, okay, I'm a big Tien fan. You guys know this. And, I was going up against Yamcha in one of these matches. And the first thing out of Tien's mouth was, I'm not ever going to lose to Yamcha. Okay. And then Yamcha hits him back with, I still remember what you did to me in that tournament. So I'm going to get my revenge. So basically like that, if you know Dragon Ball, you know that the reason why, Tien said that to Yamcha is because everybody knows Yamcha is one of the weakest fighters in the clique. And then if you know what Yamcha said to Tien, you know that he's referring to the match that they had in the 22nd martial arts tournament when Tien was, with Tien was a savage and he was training to be an assassin and he knocked, Yamcha out cold. But then he said, no, that's not enough. Yes, I won and I beat him, but I'm going to make him suffer. So Tien went up and decided to break Yamcha's leg. So I mean, it's just the game is it's crazy, man. The game is fucking everything that I thought it was going to be. It's beautiful. I mean, I find myself pausing the game and looking at, just the colors and how they designed everything. It's so lush. And for a game to be that beautiful, man, it is only like 5 gigs. I don't even think it reaches 5 gigs, man. I mean, it's a huge game. So, with that being said, I mean, you guys need to, if you don't have it, if you haven't played it, I mean, rent it, hit a Redbox up, Gamefly, something. I mean, I think every Dragon Ball fan needs to experience this. And if you have any interest at all whatsoever, just a tiny smidge of a fighting game, this is a game I think you guys could pick up and really enjoy. You know what I mean? Especially if you're into anime and stuff like that. But all Dragon Ball fans, this is a no-brainer. I have friends who don't even play fighting games, guys, like I said earlier, and they love this fucking game. And like, I got a friend, he was on 14 hours. So I jumped online. He was already online for a couple hours, and I played with him until the fucking sun came up. And then last night, I fucking played until, I think I played until like 9:30 in the morning. So, and I jumped on. So I played, I mean, hours and hours. It's crazy. Just going at each other with matches. You know what I mean? Learning the characters. And I'm still just scratching the surface of like combos and things like that. I cannot wait to jump back in this game. My squad, if you guys do not know, is, because it's teams of 3. If you guys aren't familiar with the way that the game breaks down, but most of us listening to this podcast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, it's 3-on-3. So you pick your squad, you pick 3 characters that you like, and then you go up against somebody else's 3 characters. You know what I mean? And my 3 characters are Tien Shinhan, Vegeta, and Frieza. Now, there's 2 different versions of Vegeta in this game. You have the Super Vegeta, which is my favorite, and that's who I roll with. And then there's also Super Saiyan God Vegeta in here as well. He's pretty awesome as well, man. But, I might use him as an alternate, but I'm enjoying Super Vegeta right now. And that's my main squad. Okay, so I was in the lab. I put like 10 hours in practice mode with just Tien Shinhan. So I still have to do Vegeta. I still have to do Frieza. And their combos are different. There's certain nuances to each of them and everything like that. And then you also want to, practice the synergy between your teams, because some people have assists where, you hit the assist button and, it's a ground move, but some might have something where they come in and do something else. So once you get all that down and you start to know your team and know everybody, then that's where the beauty just starts to open up even more. And you start to realize, this game is fucking deep. It's fucking amazing. So, like I said, guys, I haven't got out there, played any ranked matches, and I'm not going to for another week or so. I figure, I'm going to practice with my guys, with my team, and then I'll play some, I'll play some casual matches to test the water and see how I am out there. And then after that, then I'll go ahead and say, fuck it. Let's go for broke. Let's get out there and ranked, and let's make it happen. If any of you guys listen to this podcast have this game on PS4, you can definitely get at me. You'll probably see me out there. The name Studio MacGyver. Just look for that, Studio MacGyver, and hit me up. And we can be friends. We can talk in the party. We can talk about the game. We can do whatever you guys want to do. And I'm so excited for this game. Big things coming on my channel for this game, guys. Studio MacGyver TV. So check out the Facebook page at Studio MacGyver, Instagram, Studio MacGyver 79. So, I mean, if you guys, let's just talk about this. I'm so excited. I'm ready. When I get off this podcast, guys, I'm jumping right back on the game. That's going to be my life for the night. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that this game is for real. And if you don't know now, you need to check it out. Monster Hunter came out as well, but I didn't really have time to go over that. I will go over that on another episode. I did not pick that up, but I'm going to, I think, rent it first because I played the beta and, it turned me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't what I thought it would be, but maybe they cleaned all that up because I didn't play the second beta that they had released. So I'm going to jump into that later. And right now I'm also playing, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins and I'm loving that game too. So, I mean, I got a lot on my plate right now, guys. February, Shadow of the Colossus comes out. So it's just a lot going on. But Dragon Ball FighterZ right now is the creme de la creme. That is going to be what I am going to be enjoying right now for the foreseeable future. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I want to thank each and every person out here listening to this podcast, giving me support, for all the comments, all the nice things people say. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the podcast, guys. Every week, I do this. I do this for the love of Dragon Ball, for the love of gaming, and now for you guys. I actually have people who enjoy listening to me talk about Dragon Ball and video games and those type of things, guys. So with that being said, I want to say I love you guys. And hey, man, you'll see your boy next time. All right, peace.